Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to continue from where we stop, and I'm going to teach you how you can differentiate arcsine x, arccos x, and arctan x. You will have come across this type of function, that is when you have y is equal to arcsine x, and in particular when I explain standard derivative. If you've not watched the video yet, please refer to my video on standard derivative. I explained that when you have your y is equal to arcsine x, then derivative of arcsine x is 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x squared. Likewise, arccos x derivative is minus 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x squared, and arctan s has the derivative of 1 divided by 1 plus x squared. How do we do this? Okay, now let us show that. The first one, I have y is equal to arc sine x. You understand now? You know, if my y is equal to arc sine x, trivially my x same thing as sine y. Do you understand how is that? That is trivial. And well, one of the way you could as well show this is that, if y is, y is a function and you have the inverse of sine x, so then automatically you are going to have x to be sine y, since since you have y to be inverse of what? To be inverse, arc sine inverse of what? Of x. You understand now? So this is very trivial from your mapping, where you find your inverse and the other thing. You understand? So here then you can divide the x, the y. Although some people used to say that y is equal to s divided by sine. Don't do that. That is not mathematically correct. You understand now? And they now say s is equal to cos y. That is not mathematically correct. So just know that if your y is equal to arc sine x, for example, if my a is equal to f inverse of b, then automatically my b will be what? So my b will be f of a. You understand now? So my b will be f of a. So that's how we obtain this here. So if you now find your s dy, that is, you differentiate s with respect to y, then I'm going to have what? I'm going to have cos y. Do you understand now? So cos y, which is same thing as over 1. So it means if I want to make the y, if I want to find the y ds, then by interacting this, so this one, if you cross multiply or you multiply through by dy and divide by ds, then you are going to have 1 over cos y. Is that correct? Yes. You can call this equation 1. So if you now go back to your equation, to the expression we were given, I have that my dy ds now is equal to 1 divided by cos what? Cos y. Then you now say recall from your trigonometry, recall that my sin squared y plus cos squared y is equal to 1. Is that not so? Likewise, you can say that your cos squared y is equal to 1 minus sin squared y. You understand now? And if that is the case, you can say that your cos y is equal to square root of 1 minus sin squared y. Then you can just come back here and replace it. So then I'm going to have that my dy dx is going to be 1 divided by, what is cos y? Square root of 1 minus sin squared y. Then 1 divided by, if you go back to your question, you know that from here, I said if my y is equal to arc sine x, then definitely my s will be what? My s will be sine y. So it means sine y is what? Sine y is equal to s from what we've shown up there. So this will give me 1 minus s squared. You see, it is as simple as that. Therefore, if y is equal to arc sine x, then d dx of arc sine x will be what? 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x squared. When you do it for cos squared, inverse of cos x, it is also simple. You understand? What you are going to do is, if y is equal to inverse of cos x, that is cos x, you understand? Then automatically with what I wrote the other time, your s will be what? Because y. If you don't understand how this is this, go back to your function where how you can and see how you can calculate your in the inverse of a function. So then your dx dy will be minus sin y, right? Which is this one is same thing as over 1. Then the y dx trivially is same thing as minus 1 divided by sin y. You understand? You also recall that sin squared y plus cos squared y is equal to 1. Then your sin squared y will now be 1 minus cos y, which implies that sin y is equal to square root of 1 minus cos squared y. So if you now go back to this, then I'm going to have that my dy dx is going to be minus 1 over, I said my sin y is same thing as what? Square root of 1 minus cos y. And if you look at your question, we have that s to be cos y, right? So if you substitute that here, then I'm going to have that my dy dx equals to minus 1 divided by square root of 1 minus s squared, since s is equal to cos y. So s is equal to cos y. You understand now? So therefore, if y is equal to a cos x, then d dx of a cos x is equal to minus 1 divided by this. When you do that often, it is not difficult to, you follow the same approach. Y will be arctan x here, right? Automatically by inverse, s will be what? Tan y, right? Yeah, dx dy will be what? Sec squared y. You understand now? So if you call this equation 1, or maybe equation 1 and you call this equation 2, if you still go back to your trigonometry, remember sin squared y plus cos squared y is equal to 1. If you divide through by sin squared y, sorry, since we want to obtain tan, yeah, I think I'm correct. Sin squared y. Now, let us divide through by cos. Because I want to derive this identity, remember that tan squared y plus y is same thing as s squared y. So, but I want to derive it for us. Okay. So let us divide through by cos squared y. Let me just clean this. Let me erase it. Oh, it's strange. Sorry, my computer is misbehaving. Okay. Okay. So cos squared y is equal to 1. So if I divide through by cos squared y, cos squared y, cos squared y, this guy will cancel this. Sin divided by cos is tan, right? Then you have tan square y, then plus 1 is equal to 1 divided by cos, from what I said in the previous video, that is sec squared. So then you can say that your tan squared y is equal to sec square y minus 1. And even we don't need this, we only need this one. Because if you check what we had before, so which is what we had here, You know that from equation 1, sorry, my pen is misbehaving. Just a minute. You know that from equation 1, we said that yeah. So we said that it is because of my pen, sorry. Okay, let me move up. You know from equation 1, we have that my dx dy is equal to sec square y. Dx dy is equal to sec squared y, abi? And you can rewrite it as dy dx is equal to 1 divided by sec squared y. So if you go here, you can see that your sec square y is the same thing as what? Tan squared y plus 1, or y divided by or 1 plus tan squared y. Also, if you go up here, you will observe that I made my s to be tan y. So then I can have the y dx here to be 1 divided by s squared plus 1. So you can still write it as 1 plus s squared, it is the same thing. So therefore, if y is equal to arctan x, my dy dx will be what? 1 plus x squared. Summarily, don't forget your standard integral if you have y and if you have your dy dx. So if y is equal to arc sin x, then the derivative will be what? 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x square. Likewise, arc cos x is minus 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x square. And arc tan x is what? 1 divided by 1 plus x square. That's that. Keep this at the back of your mind. I will meet you in the next video. If you've not subscribed to my channel before, please don't forget to do this. I've made several videos in both Yoruba and English language, mathematics. Don't forget to invite your friends to do so. Thank you.